Hello students, welcome to a lesson through the virtual training center of the Brihan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika. My name is Shraddha teacher, and in this lockdown period, since we are not able to go to school, children, we will be doing many lessons here online through the virtual class. So come on, let's proceed to our lesson for today.
Hello children, let me welcome you to a lesson here through the virtual training center of the Brihan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika. This is a lesson under the work from home sessions, and my name is Shraddha teacher, and we will be doing English and social studies here through the virtual class together this year. So children, if you remember, we were talking about a lesson in geography last time. So we were doing the lesson the sun, the moon and the earth last time, if you remember. We talked about the sun, we talked about the moon, we talked about the earth and the relationship between these three celestial bodies. We also talked about the various movements which happen in the sky. The sun rotates, and we talked about how the earth rotates, how the moon rotates, and how the earth revolves around the sun. And the moon automatically revolves around the sun. It doesn't do it by itself, but since it is revolving around the earth, it automatically revolves around the sun also. So all these things we talked about, children, last time when we met here. We also talked about the various phases of the moon, isn't it? So see, this is how we saw a rotation happening in the on the earth. We talk about rotation of the moon. We also talked about revolution. Okay, and all these things when we talked about, we also saw that these particular bodies, these three heavenly bodies, their position in the sky, it keeps on changing slightly, all right, and therefore sometimes they tend to cross each other's path. We also saw about the two positions where the moon is farthest from the earth and where it is closest to the earth, isn't it? And we called the position where the moon is farthest as the apogee position, and the position where it is closest as the perigee position. So we will not be going and talking in detail about what we did last time. We are just going to look at a few images and move on and try and understand what are eclipses today. So we are going to learn about what is the meaning of solar eclipse and what is the meaning of lunar eclipse in this particular lesson. Children, if you remember, we also talked about the various phases of the moon. Now the phases of the moon were the way the moon looks to you in the sky. When you look into the sky and you see the moon, you realize that you do not see the moon in the same way throughout the month. There are certain days when you do not see the moon at all and everything seems very dark around you, and those kind of days are called new moon days. We also call it as Amavasya. And then there are days when you see the moon shining brightly in the sky. Okay, we call it as the full moon day or the Purnima. So there are many, you can say, phases of the moon that we have seen and we have talked about. In this lesson, we will talk about certain, you can say, astronomical events. Now this is a big word, astronomical events, but this particular word is used in your textbook, children, and that is why I am repeating this, or I am saying this to you. So what is an astronomical event? An astronomical event means something which happens because of the movement, because of the position of these astronomical bodies in the sky. Okay, and which are these bodies here? We can say it is the sun, the moon and the earth. So because of the position, when these sun, the earth and the moon, they keep moving or they revolve, they rotate, certain times, on certain days, they come in a straight line. Okay, and then what happens is called as the solar and the lunar eclipse. So let us see what an eclipse is first before we talk about a solar or a lunar eclipse. So an eclipse occurs anytime a celestial body. Now what is a celestial body? A celestial body is any body. It could be the sun, it could be the moon, it could be the earth, it could be any of the comets, the asteroids. Okay, so whichever bodies are present in the solar system, those we call them as the celestial bodies. When it passes in front of the sun and it blocks the light of the sun, Now we know the sun is a very big star, isn't it? And the sun has got light of its own, and this light is reflected on the moon, and this light we get, and we use this light on earth also, isn't it? Solar energy. So when a celestial body passes in front of the sun, sometimes the light of the sun gets blocked, okay, and this kind of an occurrence is called as an eclipse. So depending on whether it is the earth or whether it is the moon blocking the view, we call it as the solar eclipse or the lunar eclipse. Okay, so this is an image of an eclipse here. You can see that the sun is not visible to you. There is the sun, it is shining, you can see its rays, but the sun itself is not visible to you. It is hidden behind a celestial body. So a very simple explanation for an eclipse is, an eclipse occurs anytime a celestial body passes in front of the sun and it blocks the light of the sun. This could be the earth or it could be the moon. Now in particular, we will talk about the two kinds of eclipses over here. So the first one is the solar eclipse. Solar energy means energy that we get from the sun. So when we use this word solar, we are talking about the sun. Okay, so what is solar eclipse? Solar eclipse is when the moon casts a shadow on the earth and it causes the sun to go dark. Because of this shadow, we suddenly are not able to see the sun, and that is called as solar eclipse. Now remember children, when do we see the sun? We see the sun during daytime. So the solar eclipses, they are observed during the daytime. Okay, these are small things that you should remember, so you will be able to differentiate between the solar eclipse and the lunar eclipse. Then this is the position of these three celestial bodies in the sky during the solar eclipse. So the S stands for the sun, the M stands for the moon, and the E stands for the earth. So when the moon comes in between the sun and the earth, then that position is called as a solar eclipse, when you are not able to see the sun. Okay, now solar eclipses, they are, then we have the lunar eclipse. Okay, so let us look at the lunar eclipse, what it is. Lunar means, when you say lunar calendar, it means a calendar which is connected or which is based on the movement of the moon, isn't it? So anything which is lunar means it is connected to the moon. So a lunar eclipse means an eclipse which occurs when the earth, it casts a shadow on the moon and causing the moon to go dark. So you cannot see the moon on a day the lunar eclipse occurs. Now tell me children, when is it that you get to see the moon? Of course it is during the night, isn't it? So lunar eclipses are observed during the night. So see here, you can see 3-4 points of differences right now here. See, this is one more point. So here during the lunar eclipse, you will see that the earth comes in between the sun and the moon. Okay, so when the earth blocks the vision of the moon, or the shadow of the earth falls on the moon and the moon seems to go dark. Now a shadow, you must have walked on the road during the night time when there are big huge trees. When the shadow of the tree falls on the ground, that portion of the ground, it goes dark, isn't it? You have to use a torch over there. So this is the same thing. When the earth casts a shadow on the moon goes dark, and this happens during night time, and we call it as the lunar eclipse. Okay, so remember, daytime solar eclipse, night time lunar eclipse, and then you have SME position, that is the sun, moon, earth position. And remember, solar eclipse is seen on a new moon day. Not on every new moon day, but on a rare new moon day when the three celestial bodies come in a straight line, or they fall on the same plane. Okay, let us look at lunar eclipse now. So lunar eclipse, it occurs on a full moon night, and again not on every full moon night. Okay, the lunar eclipse and solar eclipse, this is the differentiation between both of them. So you can see the main changes is solar eclipse is when you cannot see the sun, And lunar eclipse is when you cannot see the moon. And sun, when do you see? During the day. So solar eclipses occur observed during the daytime. Lunar eclipse is observed during the night time, because it is during the night that we happen to see the moon. And then we see the position. During solar eclipse, the moon comes in between the sun and the earth, and in the lunar eclipse, the earth comes in between the sun and the moon. Okay, so these are some basic points of differences between the two kind of eclipses that we will study today. And in this one picture, we have learnt a lot about what is solar and lunar eclipse. But to make the idea more clear to you, let us look at a few more pictures which are interesting and which will explain the concept better to you. So see, this is a solar eclipse. In a solar eclipse, we have these three heavenly bodies, of course. We have the sun, and then we have the moon, and we have the earth. Remember, I told you what are the positions. It is the SME position, the moon in between the sun and the earth. Okay, so you can see here that the sunlight, it hits the earth directly, but the moon is blocking the view, okay, or the dark shadow of the moon is falling on the earth. So this is an interesting picture of a solar eclipse. Now children, when you talk about solar eclipse, it is also of two types again. Okay, so once again, see, these are on the same plane. Okay, that is one more important thing that you have to see. And the moon is between the sun and the earth, and the shadow of the moon is falling on the earth. Alright, so this is when a solar eclipse is observed on the earth. Let's move on and let us see one more image of the solar eclipse. See, where the sun, the moon and the earth come on the same plane, and they fall in a single line, and then the moon's shadow falls on the earth. Alright, now the solar eclipse is of different types, I told you. So it is of three types. You experience three types of solar eclipses. Let's see which they are. So the first one is a partial solar eclipse, and then you have the annular solar eclipse, and then you have the total solar eclipse. So what is the total solar eclipse? Let us see first. Here you will see in the third picture here that the area is the sun becomes completely invisible. Can you see? This orange part is the sun. Okay, and in the third picture where it is written total, the sun becomes completely invisible. Now when the sun is partly visible, we say it is partial. Alright, and then what is annular? See the figure in the center. Sometimes what happens, we saw the apogee and we saw the perigee positions, isn't it? So in the apogee position, the moon was farthest from the earth. Now if you try to cast a shadow with an object which is very far, that means the shadow will be little light, okay, and it will be limited to a small region. So in an annular solar eclipse, a very small region of the earth experiences this, and the sun can be seen in the form of a disk in the sky, in the form of a ring in the sky. Okay, and this is called as annular solar eclipse. So this phenomena of annular solar eclipse is very, very rare. It is a rare phenomena, that is, it happens very once in a while. Okay, very rarely. So children, what did we see? We talked about what is solar eclipse, we talked about what is a lunar eclipse, and we also talked about what are the types of solar and solar eclipse. We are coming to lunar eclipse very soon. So see, this is a image of total solar eclipse where you cannot see any sun in the sky. The sun goes completely dark. Alright, so this is a total solar eclipse. See, this is a partial solar eclipse. I told you the red orange ball is our sun, and when you can see some parts of the sun, you cannot see the entire sun is not hidden from you, a part of it is seen, so you call it as partial. Or you can also say that a part of the sun is hidden, so you call it as partial solar eclipse. Alright, and then you have the annular solar eclipse, which is a very interesting thing, and it happens very rarely. Like I told you, no, this is an actual image of an annular solar eclipse which happened on the 1st of September 2016 in Madagascar. So this is the actual image from a newspaper of the annual solar eclipse. Okay children, so hope you understood what is total solar eclipse and what is annular solar eclipse. Total solar eclipse will look like this, and annular solar eclipse will look like this. Okay, we need not learn about the umbra and the penumbra etc. now, because we do not have that much time. Let us move on and look at the second type of eclipse, that is the lunar eclipse. Now lunar eclipse means, now whatever work the moon was doing in the solar eclipse, the same role the earth plays in the lunar eclipse. So the earth comes in between the sun and the moon. Okay, so this kind of situation leads to the lunar eclipse. Alright, now why does this happen? Sometimes the moon enters the shadow of the earth when it is revolving. You remember, the moon is revolving around the earth all the time, and this time when the earth comes in between the sun and the moon and all the three of them are on the same plane, then a lunar eclipse occurs. So remember, when we understand what is solar eclipse, you have to just substitute it with the positions. You have to just understand that the position of these three bodies change. The sun remains where it is, the moon and the earth change its positions as far as the lunar and the solar eclipse is concerned. Now, sometimes the moon is totally hidden, sometimes a part of the moon is seen. So remember, what is it called? When it was totally, the sun was totally hidden, what did we call it? We called it as total solar eclipse. So here also we have different types of lunar eclipses, when it is totally hidden and when it is partially hidden. See, this is a total lunar eclipse. You cannot see any moon. Alright, total lunar eclipse, and this is partial lunar eclipse. You can see a part, only a part of the moon is in the shadow. So we can see a partial lunar eclipse. So children, this was what are solar and lunar eclipses, how they occur, what are the positions of the sun, moon and the earth when the solar eclipse occurs and when the lunar eclipse occurs. Now we have already taken up a lot of time, but let us quickly talk about one very important thing. There are many superstitions which are attached to these eclipses, which are totally baseless. Okay, many people, they have a lot of fear of the eclipses. They feel that there is something evil which is happening, which will bring death to them, which will bring destruction to them. But remember children, I used a word in the beginning of the lesson. Eclipses are just an astronomical event. There is nothing which is auspicious or inauspicious about it. It is just a natural event which happens because of the changes of the positions of the sun and the moon and the earth in the sky. Okay, so there is nothing to be worried about and there is nothing to be scared about. Of course, you can be curious, so you can try and learn more about this. Okay children, so that was all for today from the virtual training center of the Brihan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika. This was the second part of the lesson, the sun, the moon and the earth. Hope you understood the points that we have discussed here in the lesson. We talked about rotation and revolution of the earth and the moon. Okay, we talked about rotation of the sun. We also talked about the various phases of the moon. We talked about the various positions, the perigee and the apogee position. We also talked about eclipse and how they occur. And there is no need to worry about eclipse also, because it is just an astronomical event. Okay, so thank you so much for today. Let's meet again soon for another lesson here through the virtual training center.
So children, wasn't that a wonderful video? And did you enjoy watching it? So if you want to watch more such videos in future, then please like this video and also subscribe to our channel, the MCGM Portal for Education, and also hit the bell button so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video here. Thank you so much for now. Let's meet again soon.